Hello, this is Chris from the Adventure People. I'm here with my colleague, good fellow Sherpa Toby.
Hiya.
So this is just a quick video about if you're a solo traveller, what to expect on some of the trips, or nearly all the trips that we sell. Let's start off though with, so I've been solo travelling before. Toby, you've been solo travelling before. So we've both got some experience in it. So there are some pros and cons, and we want to talk about those, and we want to talk about how our trips work. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I'm going to put this map down, by the way. Is there anything else we want to talk about? They're the main things, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the main things.
Should we start with our trips?
Yep.
So our trips are small group adventures. So made up of how many people?
Anywhere
Typically
between 1 and 20.
Yeah.
But an average, I'd say maybe 10 to 12.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So typically 10 to 12 people, typically a mix of like friends, couples, solo travellers. But it's worth noting, I think, that solo travellers make up usually between 40 and 50% of any given group. Yep. So there's a lot of solo travellers who make up the group. So on that basis, everyone's in the same boat.
Yep.
Yeah. What else is important to know? My mind's gone blank.
Age ranges of people.
Age ranges. This is a common question. So we almost always get asked if someone's chosen a departure date, a start date, who else is going on the trip? Sadly, we wish we could, but we can't disclose specifics because of data protection. That's really sarcastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because of data protection, I mean. But we can't tell, but we can give generics.
Yeah, we can find out roughly. So
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people want to know, I think, because they want to know that they'll be with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And they want to be with people with similar abilities. But
yeah.
It's important to know, I think, that everybody that's going to be on that trip is going to be like-minded regardless of their age, because
yeah.
we're all there for the same reason.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be there because they feel that they can do it.
Yeah.
So no one's going to be slowing you down. No one's going too fast. But if you do want to know, because some people do want to know, we can find out roughly the gender split. Roughly the ages of the people who are going. So we can say most people are in their 40s, most people are in their 20s.
And nationalities.
Yeah.
We can usually find out just the broad split of who's booked. So I think yesterday's a good example. So somebody asks about a trip in the Middle East and over 2 departure dates, and one departure date's got an average age of about 30, one departure date's got an average age of about 25, and we can go over the nationalities of who's going, and it often makes people feel a bit more comfortable. But I think, to your point, typically it's often like kind of the same. There aren't huge differences in groups, I don't think.
No, unless, I mean, we do have tours which cater for 18 to 29-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true.
And 18 to 39-year-olds.
Yep.
So we do have those if you want to be specific, and you can find them on our website. You can ask us and we can find them for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that's how the group travel works. I imagine the next thing on people's minds is probably going to be, and we get this a lot as well, how does the whole room thing work, accommodation?
Yeah.
So the prices on the website are always per person, but they're based on 2 adults sharing. And if you're a solo traveller, what does that mean? That means that you will be paired with somebody of the same sex to share your accommodation with for the duration of the trip.
Exactly, yeah. But you don't have to.
No.
For a lot of our trips, not for all of them, but for most of our trips, we don't charge a single supplement, but we give you the option, if you want to have your own space. So it's called My Own Room. So usually there's a fee involved, and it can range from anything depending on the trip. But say you want to go and do the Inca Trail, and you think, I'm not too keen on sharing a tent with a stranger, get in touch with us, and you can book your own tent on the trip.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's true, not the tent, but your own room, I think, across almost all trips. There are some, it's very few where it isn't available. It's also worth mentioning though, I suppose, that on some trips there might be 1 or 2 nights, or a number of nights anyway, where it's just not possible to have your own room, because some trips, for example, you're overnight on a boat, for argument's sake, for 2 nights, and you have to share a cabin, and that's the way it is. But we tell you that at the time before anything went ahead, before anything was confirmed. So that's how the rooms work, and I think it's also important to note that you get free time. So you don't always, you're not going round in a herd. But you get free time to do your own thing as well.
Yeah, lots of free time. Usually, I mean, it's nice to be in that group and have that group to take you, so you don't miss out on things. A lot of the times, if you go somewhere without booking a group tour, you end up somewhere and you don't really know where to go, what to see. So your time management is kind of built up of finding how to get there, what to do. But a great thing about going on a group tour as a solo traveller is you get taken straight to the highlights, and then you get time to yourself to rest. To go and have your own adventure if you want.
Exactly. So that's the best of both worlds. So you can kind of dip in and out of the group and the social aspect almost as you wish, which is fab. And also, I suppose the big benefit as well, whilst you can never kind of guarantee this or say this, but almost 99.9% of the time, everybody gets on. And that's, to your point earlier, everyone's kind of the same mindset. And often friendships are formed, or more. But friendships are often formed during these trips.
Oh yeah, because it's an emotional moment a lot of the time, these trips.
And the fun, right? It's holiday. So you're kind of with someone or a group of people and having fun.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the time people go there for that. They go there for the dynamics of the group, to meet people of different nationalities, of different ages, and get to experience new things, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'd say if you're 22 years old and worried, firstly you can go on a trip which is kind of age appropriate, but secondly, if there's a trip you fancy and the age range is bigger, really don't worry about it. You're likely to have a great time because everyone's there for the same reasons. And likewise, if you're 59 years old and a solo traveller and a bit concerned about how things are going to work on the trip, they might all be young people. Firstly, we can help you check, but secondly, I wouldn't try to worry too much about it because you're going to have a great time. Do you think?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, Toby says so it must be true. So pros and cons of solo travel. Did you have any pros and cons when you were solo travelling?
Yeah, pro for me is always meeting new people.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you go with a friend or you go with your partner, a lot of the time you end up sticking with each other, experiencing whatever you experience with that person. Yep. So what I always love to do is put myself out there, meet new people, learn a bit of someone else's language. Yeah. That's always what I like. And
I agree with all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
My big con when I was solo travelling, so this is before I just went off on my own, before I had joined a group kind of tour, was I just got bored and lonely, frankly. So I'm in the middle of Malaysia somewhere, and the first few days is fine, but then it's like, I really fancy having a beer with somebody, or I want to go and have some food with somebody. And then you kind of go off to try and find someone, but it's all a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily choose to do that again. I think the benefit of a group is, of course, you can dip in and out of the social aspect as you please. That's a huge pro, I think.
Yeah, and you have the security there.
Yeah.
So you're not putting yourself out there and going with nobody. If you go as a solo traveller on a group tour, you can literally be by yourself. You can exclude yourself from the group and just keep yourself to yourself, but have that security of having a guide and having people around you to support you if you ever need them.
Yeah, exactly. Any cons of going in a group by yourself? There's always a likelihood that you won't get on with someone.
Yeah.
Not likelihood's the wrong word. There's always a possibility. But it's very rare.
Yeah, very rare. I mean, there's always the chance.
There's always a chance,
it's life, of course. I guess you can't always get on with everybody. And
no.
Sometimes you will be in a group where maybe you don't connect with anybody on this.
Yeah.
There is that that chance, but as a solo traveller, you've got to put yourself out there and accept that that might happen.
Yeah, and I think that's right. And I think as a solo traveller, you're already in the mindset that you're out there to meet people, and so that's a big tick. And you're not forced to spend time with people. It's, you're an adult and you can do as you please, really, as long as you're not doing anything illegal or naughty. Then it's all right, isn't it? Okay, right. I think that is all for solo travel for now. We're going to make a few more videos on solo travel. We're going to get some people in, and we're going to have a chat to them about their experiences of group travel and solo travel, and kind of cover off things in a bit more. But please comment below. If you want to talk more about any of our trips, you can contact us on hello@theadventurepeople.com. You can chat to us on the website, or you can call us on 0208 004 888 Any other ways to contact us?
Yeah, email me directly.
Oh yeah.
Toby@theadventurepeople.com.
Yeah.
Always happy to help you find the tour you want.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's not Toby, it'll be a member of the team. Often it is Toby, because he loves talking. I think that's all for now. Oh, one final thing. Please subscribe. That would be wonderful. And we'll see you very soon. Thanks.
Bye-bye.